The Philadelphia Phillies made a shocking pick on Sunday night in the MLB draft, selecting Gage Wood out of Arkansas with the 26th pick in the MLB draft. Well, you might remember Gage from the College World Series as he threw a 19 strikeout no-hitter against Murray State. We're going to get into the pick tonight and why it is so shocking, because it might sound crazy, but I think the Phillies made this pick because they think Gage Wood can help their bullpen this season. Guys, I do apologize in advance. I lost my voice a little bit this weekend, so I apologize for the, fluctuation here. Voice isn't too hot right now, but we are going to push through it here because the Phillies selected Gage Wood out of Arkansas with the 26th pick in the NFL. What am I saying? 8 Sundays till week 1, by the way. MLB draft. Gage Wood was up to 98 miles an hour this year and tossed a no-hitter in the College World Series, like I said, with 19 strikeouts. He's got some serious juice. I meant it when I said it down there. This is unlike the Phillies kind of pick. And the reason I say that, because this is the first time in the Brian Barber era that the Phillies have selected a college player in the first round. The last player that they selected out of college was Bryson Stott. Guys, I do apologize. You're going to have to excuse me for 1 second with my voice. It's a little tough right now. But this is the first time in the Brian Barber era that the Phillies have selected a college player in the first round. Gage Wood has something to him here. He's got the best fastball in the country as far as college baseball. I can't remember exactly. Let me pull it up so I can give them credit here. Exactly who this was from. So this is from the pitcherlist.com. Apologies there. So this is what he wrote on Gage Wood. And best fastball in the country. And an 80 grade fastball is one that can generate a swing and miss when everyone in the ballpark knows it is coming. A lot of times as evaluators, we can get consumed with the miles per hour on the scoreboard, but the hitter tells us all we need to know about the quality of the pitch. Wood was dominant with the fastball. He generated 25 whiffs out of 45 fastball swings in the game. 13 of his 19 strikeouts were on the heater, blah, 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 blah. Not including yesterday's outing, the pitch has generated 43.2% whiff rate. This is above fellow 2025 Liam Doyle. The metrics on the pitch are impressive. It has above average velocity, averaging 96.3 on the season, while topping out at 98.3. That was in that College World Series 19 strikeout no-hitter. On his 119th pitch of the game, Gage Wood hit 98 miles an hour, which was one of the hardest pitches he's thrown all year. The pitch is highly effective at the top of the zone because of his -4 VAA, which creates the illusion of rising to the hitter. As with many of the fastballs he threw in that College World Series game, the pitch generated a 59% whiff rate in the upper third, a truly elite offering that hitters have an impossible time laying off. Gage Wood can pitch in this bullpen in October. And yes, I know you're going to say, Luke, you're insane. I get it. But the Phillies aren't taking a college player just to take a college player. They're taking a college pitcher that has juice, has thrown out of Arkansas's bullpen before, because they need bullpen help. They don't have many guys that are down in their farm system that are truly, ready to go pitchers other than Andrew Painter. This was a shocking pick to me, but I absolutely love it. This feels like a guy that they're going to fast track. If you don't know what I mean by fast track, Ryan Kerkering, for example, the year that he came up, started off in low A, made it all the way up to the pros by a certain amount of time. Gage Wood could track faster. He could start in high A. He could start in double A. I don't know exactly where he'll start. We will probably find that out on Friday, the first game back from the break. Actually, we may find that out tonight. We have a media availability tonight with Brian Barber. But this is a shocking pick. I didn't think I would be making a video about Gage Wood tonight. But he's got some juice. He can throw the baseball. The fastball is legit. So what else does he have? The plus curveball, but what else? If there is a knock on Gage Wood, Outside of a lack of innings, it is the secondary pitches. He is pretty much a two-pitch guy with a dominant fastball and an impressive curveball. On the season, he used the fastball 63.5% of the time, the curveball 25%, and the cutter a distant third at 9.5%. The curveball is a pitch that a lot of hitters struggle with. It generated a 37.5 whiff rate and a 23.7 chase rate. It has a true 12-6 break, so it plays very well off of his rising fastball and consistently puts hitters in conflict. It is a pitch he uses to steal strikes with a 36.7 called strike rate, as hitters tend to think it is his fastball and then watch it drop in for a strike. The third pitch is the only thing limiting his ceiling. The cutter was effective when he used it with a 31.6 whiff rate, but it was hardly used. At the next level, that is going to be a pitch that hitters at the very least have to respect. Outside of that, he flashed a grand total of 10 splitters on the season, so there isn't enough to put a grade on them. In today's game, it is possible as a starter to get away with two borderline elite pitches, especially if they tunnel like Woods, but those pitchers are few and far between. He will need to continue to develop his third pitch to reach his ceiling, and I think they're going to get right to that. If I'm being completely honest, I want Caleb Gotham to teach Gage Wood the Phillies cutter that he's taught many guys. So I said here, once again, the fastball is elite, the curveball is really good. But once again, like they said in that article as well, he's lacking a third pitch. He threw the cutter once again around 9%. Caleb Gotham is going to get that number up, and the pitch improved. I fully believe that. Caleb Gotham is a fantastic pitching coach. I did want to give a big shout out here to Alex Carr, too. He does a lot of great work with, Phillies minor leagues and prospects. Holy cow. Yeah, absolutely right. He says Gage Wood has one of the best fastballs in this draft, a ton of ride, and gets a boatload of whiffs. He is in need of a third pitch, once again, but could be the perfect fit for a patented Phillies cutter. Not sure if they plan to go this route, but he could move up pretty quickly. And once again, that's exactly what I think is going to happen. These were just his sort of overall stats. I know they don't jump off the screen to you, but when you look at a guy like that that's only 21 years old and, flashing the best ERA that he's had in college this past season in 10 starts, limited. He was dealing with a shoulder injury early in the season. That's why he's limited, but he's fully healthy now. He had a 3.82 ERA in 10 starts in 37 innings. He racked up 165 strikeouts over his college career. I don't know how many times I can use the word juice, but the kid has it. And this, once again, I think is a fast-track pick for the Phillies. This bullpen needs help. Gage Wood can help them. Rounds 2 and 3 are happening tonight. I will have a few more videos this week on the prospects. I'm going to do one big video at the end, just sort of going over all of the picks. I do love MLB draft season, and I hope you guys can get more into the draft if you're not already. This is a great place to get into the draft because, the MLB draft's obviously not as popular as basketball, football, but it is fun. There's a lot of rounds, and the Phillies are going to get a lot of players over the next 2 days. So we're going to cover that all here on Phillies Digest. But Gage Wood is a Philly. I am excited. I want to hear what your thoughts on this are. If you thought they were going to go prep, I thought they were either going to go Sean Gamble or Josh Hammond. I will say shout out to the Royals for getting both of those players. That's just absolutely sick. But before we end this video, I did just want to remind you guys to please subscribe to the channel if you have not already. This has been the newest episode of Phillies Digest. My name is Luke Arcaini, and I will see you next time.